Welcome to my 3-minute movie review of Call Me Miss Cleo. First, I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know there was a documentary about Miss Cleo. What? When I'm scrolling through HBOmax and I see it, I'm like, oh, I gotta watch this now. Okay, right now. I really love watching these documentaries of things that happened before social media because now it seems like we get so much information when things happen and scandals happen, but back then we really didn't. It was only a few news sources we had, and a lot of times they kind of push the same thing, push the same narrative. And like, rest in peace to a queer icon, because they did Miss Cleo wrong. Okay, it's a very beautiful story. It's heartbreaking also. It's a little funny because it does talk about who she is, who she was prior to being Miss Cleo, which nobody really knows. And that just adds to the whole fantasticalness of it all, of her, of who she was. Essentially, Miss Cleo was a character, but there was a person behind that character. It was an amazing story. It was told amazingly. It was so many people that were in her life, that were in the documentary. If you grew up around the time those commercials were big and you were at school talking about Miss Cleo, call me now, you should watch it. You'll really enjoy it. I swear you will. It's a good story, and it's sad, of course. She's a Black woman, a Black queer woman, so of course there's lots of trauma in her story. But I do feel like the beauty in her story specifically is that she created her own. Like, she didn't really let her past define her, and she created her own path forward and became who I think is who she wanted to be. And a lot of times we get hung up on, who these people were before fame, before we knew them, before this big thing happened to them. And with this, you don't really have to do that. Like, just focus on what she wanted to be known, what she wanted to be presented as. And I enjoyed it so much. Like, I was watching some of it and I was just like so proud. I'm like, oh my God, I just didn't know. Like, Miss Cleo was always my girl, okay? Because she was on them hotlines. He cheating on you. Okay, get rid of that. Nope, don't see this man again. Like, all she had to do was throw a couple niggas in there and I would have been like, Miss Cleo is an icon, okay? An icon. Oh, you know, icon living. Miss Cleo is an icon, and I wish she could have gotten her flowers for real, because man, she deserved them. She really did. This documentary was very well told, and it gives you a lot of insight on things that it was no way for us to know, even if you were an adult in the 90s. It's informative, it's special, it's unique, and I will give it a 5 out of 5 because it was great. If you're a documentary girl or guy, you gotta watch Call Me Miss Cleo. It's a great story. Thank you guys for watching my 3-minute movie review of Call Me Miss Cleo. Call me now. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I drop a new video. I will see you guys soon. Bye. Call me now. Call me now.